What happens if Russia takes over Ukraine? Ukraine has been an independent country since 1991, after the fall of the Soviet Union. However, with Russia's violent annexation of the Crimean Peninsula in 2014, Ukrainians are now anxious about the potential for a full-scale invasion. If Russia does take over Ukraine, it could lead to some severe consequences for both countries. A Russian occupation of Ukraine would likely lead to the clampdown of political dissent and democratic freedoms. Russia's leadership style often employs heavy-handed tactics to impose their political will, and they would likely do the same in Ukraine. From an international perspective, a Russian takeover of Ukraine would have global repercussions. A Russian takeover could lead to further destabilization of the global geopolitical balance of power, as well as a possible reaction from the United States and its allies. Domestically, Ukraine would suffer major economic consequences as a result of a Russian takeover, including an influx of refugees trying to flee the conflict as well as an economic reorientation towards Russia. Additionally, Ukrainians who oppose a Russian rule could face social and political repression, which could have long-term ramifications. A Russian takeover of Ukraine could also lead to the resurgence of a pro-Russian separatist movement, who could spread propaganda and incite violence in an effort to destabilize Ukraine further. This could create a cycle of violence and conflict, potentially even leading to a civil war. Additionally, if Ukraine were to become another Russian republic, it could potentially lead to more Russian interference in neighboring countries such as Moldova and Georgia. This could lead to further destabilization in the region and expand Russian influence in the region. All in all, a Russian takeover of Ukraine could have serious and long-lasting consequences, both domestically and internationally. As a result, it's absolutely crucial that Ukraine remains an independent nation and that Russia respects the country's sovereignty. Thanks for watching.